Put my shirt back on. Someone's saying that. I just got hot. Someone got righteously offended. I felt, and so okay. All right. Well, what do you say? Cause I'm hot. That's the reason why. Just kidding. Um, you know, what was I gonna talk about? I was talking about abortion and thinking about it. Well, if I mess up on this video, I have a number of times. Go ahead and I'll upload it or do it just to show that you don't have to be perfect in life, and you can mess up and not be ashamed of it. You know, it's how you take a hit, right? You know, that reminds me of the story of a black Muslim in my career as a political analyst or whatever, consultant. And he knew exactly where I was going to park. They studied me, and I parked horizontal to the store, front of it, just to the left of the door. And supposedly he's pissed at me because he can't drive forward. He could perfectly reverse it and get out by reversing his car, his truck, reversing it and leaving. But he wanted to have a problem with me because I was sitting in my car, right? And anyway, he came up, and that's when he punched me till he looked like he got tired in the face, and with blood coming out of my nose, pouring out, or was, I after he drove away, I just opened my car door, because you can't really defend yourself when you're sitting in the car. I seen him get up, walk out, and I sat in the car. I wasn't about to defend myself, but he was not the choice soldiers by attacking somebody while they're sitting down in the car. So, but anyway, and then after he drives off, I just open my door, and while he's driving off, and I get it, walk like 5 or 6 feet, fall on my knees, and I pray for him. My blood's coming out. I pray for him. Heavenly Father, have mercy for this guy. Please don't kill him. You know, have mercy on him. And where was I going? There's a rabbit hole, and I documented it. I had the "You All Need Jesus" shirt on, right? He's Muslim. He's offended. So I had blood all over that shirt. I loved that shirt because that was the most Jesus-like thing I've ever did to date at that time, right? And I was just amazed by being able to get socked in the nose and the face so many times, and then just sitting there, and then they walk away. You got tired of hitting, walked away, and I just walked out of my car and prayed for him in public. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful. I mean, it hurt, yeah, a little bit, but it was the breathing. You know, the blood, you know, getting all up in your nose and not being able to breathe wasn't the greatest in the world, but I felt inside beautiful, even though it was had high anxiety, a little anxiety in the background and this and that. There was a beauty that I felt about myself because I totally 100% of my heart wasn't mad, and I prayed for mercy. I was like, God, have mercy on him. I loved him more than he loved himself, right? And pray for his salvation. God doesn't give you everything you ask for. He doesn't. And you shouldn't feel bad when you ask for something in faith and you don't get it. Well, it says the righteous prayers availeth much. It doesn't say righteous prayers get answered 100%. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I like doing that. But no, but you pray. This is my will, Father. But even Jesus, when he prayed, Not my will, but your will be done. And if it was my will, believe me, I'd be a rock star in Hillsong singing praise songs, praise and worship songs, and be married to a beautiful woman if I was the author of my own story. I'm not. I'm just as the writer, or the famous writer wrote, that life is but a stage, something like that, And I added, I don't know what the rest of it goes on, but I said, I'm just an actor. Not meaning that I'm acting a part, but I'm playing a part, and playing that part, I don't get to choose really my role. God chooses that role for you, and it's up to you to fulfill that role, being in God's will for your life. If you walk where He wants you to walk, you talk what He wants you to talk, if you listen and hear the things He wants you to hear, well, down your journey, you're going to need that very same stuff. It's like Slumdog Millionaire when you're in faith. All those tortures, all those torments, all those tests were there to bless you in the future. The future you. No. You can have tragedy. You can come up to blind children, right? And they ask for money, and you give them your only $100 bill. Whatever, like Slumdog, I can't really remember that, only that they had a little boy butt in it or something. Something like that. But see, it messed me up, see? But your life of faith is a beautiful, wonderful thing. And the things that you learn early on and suffer through are the things that carry you on later in life. They're lessons to be learned. One time Kevin was wanting to be tough because he was in a tough neighborhood. Grew up in one. And he went to Game On. And this black man, stocky but tough, and his two big friends, white friends, threatened him when he was walking into the bar. And Kevin, thinking the only way to get out of this is to be tough. Right? Didn't do that, but what up? What's your problem, man? And took me down in a move I wasn't ready for. I was ready for his fist to swing, but he took me down, grabbing my shirt in such a way to disable. He was learned in fighting. He disabled my arm from hitting him, and how he held my shirt when he pulled me to the ground. It's a patented move. I wasn't expecting him to grab me and pull me to the ground like that. And we sat there for a while. I mean, he was arguing, or not arguing, but trying to. And finally, I got tired, and I just said, "Go ahead, man." And I just relaxed a little bit, and then he swung, bam, with something laying down. He was laying down when he swung. It was a patented, tested move that he did, right? And like MMA or something. I don't know. I wasn't ready for it. He would have, but he hit me, and it gave me a scar here and here. It ripped my head, bounced off the pavement. Could have had something to say. I think he did, for ripping my face open like he did by punching me. But that's why I was scraggly. I just didn't have the money to get stitches. So yeah, I learned my lesson as far as trying to be a tough guy to dissuade people, right? If someone wants you to step up, and you do step up, well, you walked into their realm, right? You got to produce. But I'm not advocating for that. I kind of learned my lesson. My head getting bounced off the ground, the cement, pavement. I remember when he socked me and I bounced my head off the uh, cement or pavement. I tried to get up with every being in me. I was gonna crush him, and I was standing up, and I was about to pass out. Oh, no, you're not passing out. Stand up, and I fought with every being in my everything. I was about to pass out and just fall down. And I fought and fought, and he stood back and just watched. You know, probably blood was coming out of my face and all that, and oh, I got it. And then as soon as I stood up, I put my arms around my back, like, all right, I'm ready for you now. I mean, I was hurting. I was not really, you know, in the shape to take on somebody in the MMA or someone that's armed with the brass knuckles, but I was, you know, I was like, hey, I'm whatever. I'm just staying there looking at you. I didn't rush after him, but I stood there and put my arms behind, like prayed rest, kind of like, and just looked at him, right? And he went back to his two friends and just looked at me at the door of the bar. So I learned my lesson as far as being tough, you know, because you can work your whole life to be tough, and somebody can go in there and spoil you, you know, like beat you up real easy, and you're like, your whole world's crushed. Like, I spend 20 hours a day in the gym, and I just got my ass whipped by a Gracie, a guy that's 160 something pounds, and he grabbed me up in such a way all my muscles didn't do shit. Gracie, if you know MMA, he's a legend. He's 100 and something. He came from a Gracie family. He came from a bunch of MMAs. He was a champ. That family was one heck of a family for MMA fighting. He was a legend. The family was legends for fighting. But anyway. You talk like you know him. Well, my dad. Well, anyway, I'm stuck in this human body. I'm having a beer. There's more to the story. I go through rabbit holes, and I'm just gonna stop and have my beer. I don't know.